Welcome to tutorial 5.1.4. In this tutorial, we are going to understand about the key phases in the adoption of generative AI in test organization. Okay, so let's see what are the key phases that you need to understand in adoption of Gen AI. Adoption of Gen AI in organizations typically progresses through three distinct phases to ensure maturity and return on investment. So three phases is what we have to learn and understand for the ISTQB Gen AI exam perspective. Phase 1 is about the discovery, which is awareness and training. In the discovery phase, you focus on the concept building and basic literacy. Testers are given access to the large language model or small language model in the sandbox environment. Then the experimentation with low risk use cases to build confidence and unlearn traditional rigid mentalities. So this discovery phase is basically having the sandbox environment wherein testers do a experimentation of the model that the organization is trying to implement in the production within organization. So once the discovery phase is done, then the next phase is initiation and usage definition. So identifying and prioritizing practical use cases for generative AI in software testing. So previously it was more in the phase 1, it is more doing the low risk sort of use cases, test cases by the team. The next phase, it is more practical use cases within the organization that are being done, identified and prioritized. Then evaluation of the model LLM powered infrastructure, for example RAG agents against organizational need. That's another thing. Does the model supports fine tuning? Does the model work well with the RAG, or does it have the agentic capability or not? Can it be integrated well with the existing testing tools within the organization? So this is important evaluation in the phase 2. Then aligning AI efforts with the broader test strategy. That's the initiation and usage definition phase. So prioritizing the practical use cases and evaluating the LLM powered infrastructure. The third phase is about the utilization and iteration. So full embedding of this generative AI. If you are happy in second phase with the practical use cases and all other aspects of the infrastructure, LLM powered infrastructure, it fulfills all the needs of the organization. Third phase is going full-fledged with the full embedding of the generative AI into standard test process. Now, because we are talking about specific software testing, so we are just talking about the test process. So full embedding of the generative AI in complete software testing life cycle, right from the requirement phase, analyzing the requirement, documenting test cases, generating the test data, then getting help in the test execution, in test automation. All of those things will happen in the utilization and iteration phase. Then continuous monitoring of the tools and iterative improvement. So monitoring and then also improving over the period of time. So it's not like once the implementation of the tool is done, it won't be improved or there is no scope for improvement. So improvement, iterative improvement is the part of phase 3, which is done in iterations. And then management of the transformation to ensure scalability across teams, whether it's scalable across teams or not. So that's the phase 3 of adopting generative AI in software testing. Then phases when adopting generative AI. So adoption journey is usually not linear. So it's not like you go phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Three phases. These phases can run in parallel as well for different use cases. For example, it is common for test report analysis to be in the utilization phase due to its textual nature, while test automation generation remains in the discovery phase. Okay, so the phases that we have discussed might run in parallel. For one use case, for test report analysis, for test case generation, you might be actually using it in the organization. But for test automation, test script generation, test automation framework design, all of that fine tuning might still be in the discovery phase. The LLM might be in the discovery phase for that use case. So don't think that all these phases that we have discussed are linear and can only run in the linear phase. For different use cases, you might be having LLM working in production for one and in analysis for other. Then what are the adoption concerns and team morale? How you can address that? Usually the technical success is impossible without the cultural acceptance. Now with the generative AI, there is a lot of misconception in the organizations, and many organizations have also thought that with the Gen AI they can get rid of the people and especially the testers within the team. And it has happened as well in the organizations. Now, eventually over the period of time, the organizations have started realizing, and now what they need is people with the AI skills in the testing, or with generative AI skills in the testing. So the adoption will be successful within the organization when the people who are implementing AI actually understand what it will solve, and not as a people replacer or testing team replacement. So the resistance will be there because of these misconceptions within the team. So the testers might think that their jobs might be gone, or any other department where the AI will come, the jobs might be gone. So this resistance need to be proactively addressed by the senior people in the organization, and conveying the right message how AI is going to help them and not be as a threat if they go ahead and upskill themselves with the AI. Now, people have lost jobs who have not upskilled. So if you're not upskilling on the new technology, obviously you will be out of the market very soon. So upskilling is important. So this resistance need to be managed by the senior members of the team. Role evolution is the another factor that need to be explained to the team, that Gen AI as an augmentation tool. So frame Gen AI as an augmentation tool, because Gen AI is an augmentation tool. It's not a replacement of the people or team. Humans provide high value critical analysis and ethical oversight, which is not possible by generative AI or any AI. Okay, so role is evolving, and if you embrace the AI or generative AI into the project and learn those skills, your job is not going to go. And then for the adoption concerns and the team morale, the senior members of the organization need to also do the skill transformation, moving from manual executor to AI orchestrator, using AI in your day-to-day testing activities and across the testing life cycle to be more efficient and provide more coverage. Now you have the AI tool, you will be able to provide more coverage, more edge cases in better way and faster. So that means more testing in less time and faster test execution. So that's the benefit of having AI. So that's all for this tutorial. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.